Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Muzz Lightyear, a channel dedicated to providing timeless investing principles with a focus on crypto. And today we're going to talk about how to use Stoicism to make yourself a better crypto investor. Some of you may have heard of Stoicism. I personally have found it very useful in making sure that the struggles that happen in my life are things that I can overcome. One of the things I wanted to talk about within Stoicism principles that's helped me a lot is thinking about the bad things that can happen to me. Now, you may be thinking, well, that sounds like a bit of a downer. Why would I want to think about the bad things that are going to happen to me? How is that going to make me a better crypto investor? Well, there's a couple of things here. So, one thing is that when you think about the bad things that can happen, you think about the downside instead of just the moon bags that you hopefully are holding. When you think about the bad things, it means that you can think about ways to prevent those things from happening. But the thing is, no matter how hard you try to prevent those bad things from happening to us, some of them are going to happen anyway. It's just life. That's the way it is, folks, okay? But the thing is, if we think about those things and we're already prepared for certain things that may happen so that we prevent them from happening, and yet they still happen, it lessens their impact on us. Okay? When you take into account that those things could happen, it's not a shock to the system anymore. Misfortune weighs most heavily on those who expect nothing but good fortune to come to them. So that's the first thing you can do to make yourself a better crypto investor. Think about the downside, protect yourself from the downside and the bad things that can happen. Now, second thing is that when it comes to crypto, we're insatiable. We want it all. We want the all-time highs. We want to be able to ride off in the sunset and just live off of our crypto millions, somewhere sunny and beautiful on the beach. I don't care whether it's, somewhere in Colombia or somewhere in Bali. Like, we all have our goals of what we want to achieve. Maybe you have ideals of being a digital nomad and just living off your crypto. Fantastic. One of the things that makes humans so incredible is the fact that we have this desire for more, to achieve more. That's how humans progress. That's how life moves forward because we keep trying to reach for more and more. But that's also one of the reasons why we're so unhappy all the time. We are insatiable. And even when we do work hard, and even when we do get the things that we want, we oftentimes lose interest in the object of our desire. How many times have you been in a place where you're like, oh man, if I was dating that person, if I had that job, if I lived in that city, if I had that item of clothing, if I had that car, or if I went on this holiday, or if I had X amount of money in the bank, I'd be so set, I'd be so happy. And then once that moment does come, rather than feeling satisfied, we feel a little bit bored. And in response to this boredom, we go on to form new, even grander desires. We keep moving the goalposts on ourselves. That's just human nature. No wonder, we're never satisfied, even when we do achieve great things. If we compared ourselves to ourselves, 1 year ago, 5 years ago, our past selves would be so happy with what we've accomplished a lot of the times. But because we compare ourselves to perhaps things that we see on Twitter, things that we see on Instagram, it's never enough. We need to have a technique for creating in ourselves a desire for the things either that we already have or to track and write down what we said that we would want to make us happy so that we can reflect upon it and realize that, oh, wow, actually, when I bought Bitcoin at 20K, and I would be happy taking a 50% profit selling it at 30K, that moment has now come. I've hit that goal. That was something that I was really happy about. Instead of looking at like, oh, well, it's gone as high as like 69K. I think I can get more than this. I can 3x my bag. And then what do? You don't take profits, and then here you are unsatisfied as you were from the beginning. And there's nothing wrong with being satisfied, folks, okay? It's not a failing, it's a blessing. Because if what you're seeking in life is satisfaction, is happiness, and you achieve it, then what's wrong with that? So don't forget that. Don't forget those things. A lot of the times, Stoics argue that people are unhappy because they're confused about what it is that they find valuable, what it is that they desire. And because of their confusion, they spend their days pursuing those things that, rather than make them happy, actually makes them more anxious. It makes them more miserable. We forget it's the simple things in life, which are the things which provide the highest ROI for us. Consistently getting good night's sleep, you know, eating well, not eating a lot of sugar or drinking a lot of alcohol or taking a lot of processed carbs makes us feel better. Like actually doing some kind of exercise, something that gets us to build a sweat, which isn't boring. If you don't want to go to the gym, fine. Find something that works for you. It's those things actually that provide the highest ROI in our lives. And once you examine life, you often find that people are some of the source of the greatest desires that life has to offer. Whether it's love, whether it's friendships, whether it's family, but also they're also the cause of some of the most negative emotions that we can find as well. Find a lot of parallels with people in crypto. The highs are high, and goddamn, the lows are low, and you just have to be mindful of those things, you know, and that realize that just for us to be in this game, playing this crypto game, it's a blessing. A lot of people don't even get to participate. A lot of people don't even have internet connection, you know? And it's a delight for us simply to be able to participate in the game of life, in the game of investing, in the game of crypto, because that's all it is, guys. It's just a game. All right. We're just trying to play this game. We're trying to win this game. There's certain rules. And you know what? We can make rules for ourselves to make sure that we keep doing better each time that we play the game. All right. Because it's none of this could have been possible. You look at the white paper. How many of you have actually read the Bitcoin white paper and understand it? None of this is like could have been possible, and yet it is. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. And when you think about that, it helps you not to take this game so seriously and just be thankful for the fact you get to participate in some of this incredible wealth creation opportunity. That's stoicism at play, appreciating what you do have, you know? A lot of times people think that, oh, I need X millions in the bank to be satisfied. My guy, a lot of the times that figure in which you would need independence, it might not be as high as you think, you know? And if you're patient and if you're willing to wait and play the long game, you can have what you want in life. If someone said to you now, hey, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, I will guarantee you this amount of money. Are you willing to be patient to play the game to get that money? That's a question you have to ask yourself seriously because you may not be able to, which means that you need to find out which game you can play that you can win at because maybe that long game isn't for you. But then again, you don't want to get wrecked, okay? A lot of times you feel that life is good when things are moving in the right direction. I mean, look at where we were like over here, when things were at all-time high back in November, in November 2021. And now look at us now, 19 and a half K. A lot of the times when things are trending in the right direction, we feel happy. And when things are trending in the bad direction, bear markets, all the crazy stuff happening in the world, you feel bad. But it's this directional nature of happiness that it's a good reason to have like a sport or a hobby that leaves you plenty of room to improve upon each year. That's one of the reasons why I love this game. And remember, guys, it's just a game. This game of crypto, okay? Because I know that, yeah, I lost a lot of money. We all did. But those lessons, I paid for those lessons. And now I don't have to pay for those lessons again, as long as I don't make the same mistakes again. It's kind of like tennis or golf. Like those are two great examples Because in either sport, an average player can keep improving every year, even like well past the age of like 60, for example. Slow and steady improvement will always make you feel like you're on the right track. And that's how I feel about investing in crypto as well. This feeling of progress will stimulate your body to create the chemicals that you need to make you feel happy, that dopamine, that adrenaline. So something to think about as well when it comes to your career. If you can choose a career which will lead to a lifetime of ever improved performance, you know, something like sales, for example, where you can just get a little bit better at it every year, tweaking this and that, whether it's your negotiation, whether it's your prospecting, whether it's your closing, that feeling is good, and that's what you can have with the crypto as well. And that's what you have to remember. You have to take the mind of a stoic and remember such things. Okay, if you have the opportunity to participate in this game of crypto with the mind of a stoic and work along this path of continual improvement, that will stimulate you towards success. And that's how you use stoicism to make yourself a better crypto investor. All right, guys, that's all I have to say on that. This is a new channel. I'm going to be dropping some wisdom as much as I can to help all of us through this bear market to be there when the bull market is back on, because it's going to be all-time highs at some point. Maybe not 2023, maybe 2024. We shall see. Who knows? But if you find some of this helpful, if you'd like to receive more of this wisdom, then hey, subscribe. I'll be putting on plenty more videos. And if you thought this video was good, then press a like. Why not? All right, guys. Peace.